So Rick, we've got an awful lot of silver coins laying around here. Well, here's a batch right now, okay, and this is pretty cool. Half dollars, quarters, and dimes. And traditionally, this is referred to in the business as US
90.
because it's 90% silver. And this is the coinage that the United States made right up until 1964. So if you have coins like this laying around the house, 1964 and earlier, if you have quarters like the Washington quarter, the Barber quarter, or maybe you have the Walking Liberty half dollar, or even the Benjamin Franklin half dollar, or the 1964 Kennedy half, because remember that was the last year of the silver coin.
Exactly, Don.
The 90% silver coin, or maybe even have the Mercury dime, like shown here. Okay, but all these coins have silver in them and have value, and we do buy them. And like Rick said, a small handful like this can get you a couple of $100. It's pretty amazing, especially with the price of silver as high as it is.
Absolutely. So if you folks at home have any of these coins, and even if you're not sure, please bring them into the kiosk. We'll be more than happy to check them out for you and see what we could do for you on those.
All right. Now, there is an exception here. There are silver coins at home, like your Kennedy half dollar. The 1965 through 1970 Kennedy half dollar still has some silver in it. Not as much as the 64 and earlier coins, but still some silver. And don't spend them. Don't take them to the bank. Bring them on in. We'll cash you out for much more than the face value.
Absolutely.
Now, we also have silver dollars over here.
Yeah, actually, we've got a few different varieties here. This one here.
Let's bring them over a little bit, get a good look at them.
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead, Rick.
Okay, this one here, this is actually the Morgan silver dollar, and we have the peace dollar in here as well. The Morgan silver dollars were made from 1878 through 1921. And that same year, 1921 through 1935, the peace dollars were minted.
Okay, now, same thing with these? You just don't need a whole lot to get a lot of money for them?
No, not at all.
And few of these, like some people advertise paying up to a certain amount for these. That's really not a good story. It doesn't give you the whole story.
No,
because if you have the 1895 silver dollar, you could have something worth over $10,000.
Absolutely.
The 1893S I looked at just the other day, $6,000 for the 1893S. Now, it's really important. I had a lady call me up and said, well, I'm going to bring my coins over, but I'm not ready to bring them yet. And I said, why not? She said, I'm not done cleaning them. Now, what do you think about that, Rick?
Yeah, it's real important, folks. You never want to clean a coin. It doesn't matter. Making them shiny doesn't make them more valuable. In fact, it can really hurt the value if you have a better coin.
Well, a lot of times, too, Rick, people will find, say, Aunt Lucy or Grandma or Grandpa had collected coins. Now, maybe you're not a coin collector yourself, but you find these little blue books around. This was a common way that people saved coins back then, and they saved them by date.
Very popular
You'll
way.
see that there's mint marks, S mint mark for San Francisco, D. Now, while all of these coins aren't rare collectible coins, they're still silver, and you get money for them just by virtue of their being silver.
Absolutely.
And here's also the half dollar book. And all of these coins are 90% silver and have substantial value. Now, some of these coins can be worth a lot more. And I really hate to see these ads that promise paying up to when there are coins that are worth so many times that variable. Like, for instance, they're paying up to 20 times face value or something, when some of these coins could be worth 500 times face value.
Absolutely. And in fact, as you mentioned earlier, the 1895 silver dollar, it's a very valuable coin.
And these were just put together this way. Somebody put them in the little 2x2 cardboard holders and put the dates on them. Now, unfortunately, there's no scarce dates. One gentleman probably summed it up very well. He called up and said, do you buy rare coins? And my answer was, well, what makes your coins rare? He says, they're old. There's a big difference between old coins and rare coins. Now, here's a penny book with some pretty rare coins in it. If you have the 1909S, like this one here, I pay over $100 for that coin. If it's the SVDB, like over in this slot, I pay $600, $700, $800 for that coin.
Yep.
The 14D, the same thing. It's hundreds of dollars for that one in good condition. And the 31S, which is right in here, there's the 31S. That coin alone is way over $100, just for a penny. Now, it's very interesting because, and look at the way these have been collected beautifully. So these are worth quite a premium, quite a hefty premium.
Yeah, the condition of these coins, even though, it almost looks like they're cleaned, but they're not. They're just actually, they've been saved and put away and taken care of, and that's why they look the way they do.
This book is worth well in excess of $1,000. Now, by the same token, you'll find coins laying around the house that look like this. This is your typical can of wheat pennies. Now, everybody saved wheat pennies.
Everybody.
And wheat pennies look like this. They have little wheat stalks on the back. But what everybody saved never became rare. So we all have wheat pennies laying around. But there's something interesting about this batch of wheat pennies because there's a bunch of what people call silver pennies in here.
And actually, Don, they're not silver at all. These pennies here are actually made of steel.
And they're zinc coated.
And they're zinc coated,
to
yes.
keep them from rusting. And they were made during World War II when copper was very important to have for the war effort to make the shell casings for our GIs.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, there's still some value, but if you have silver coins, they're going to outvalue the copper and steel coins by quite a bit.
Absolutely.
That's another thing, too. You may find things laying around the house that look like this, the United States Eagle. That's an uncirculated eagle, and that's the proof eagle. You'll know the difference between uncirculated and proof because the uncirculated just has sort of a satiny luster, but the proof one has a high polished mirrored surface. And why is that important? Because as much as this is, you see this in just the eagles by comparison, there are proof coins and mint sets that you might find around your house. And we're going to get back to that in just a little bit, okay? We'll go into that. And, but there's something that we want to do, take a little break, give you a chance to absorb all this information.